Hello. Welcome. It's cold outside. Welcome to another edition of Radio Loud. Joining me today is my host, Stefan Weber.
Weber? Yeah. What's the froze your lips?
I'm Kevin Smith. And joining us today is Mike Crisp and Derek Moffat, right?
Yep.
From Dreamhouse. Yay.
Thank you. You guys are too generous.
So we actually went and saw these guys play last Sunday at JJ's.
At JJ's place.
Yeah.
Another wonderful guest.
Absolutely. Yeah, Dave Tarantino was there too. So, tell us a little bit about what you guys have going on with Dreamhouse. How long you guys been doing this project?
Derek longer than I, but I'd say this is year 2 for me, approaching.
Yeah. We launched in March of 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's been magic ever since.
So,
Sounds like it. You guys got signed too?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
yeah, just recently, right?
Yeah. That was in October.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What label was that?
InVogue Records.
Aren't they like based out of Michigan?
Ohio.
Okay.
Right direction.
Yeah, right. It's all the Midwest, baby. So how did Dreamhouse kind of start? I noticed that you do like a lot of recording when I was going like through your Facebook feed there.
Yeah. I've been recording bands for almost 10 years now. And I started writing like just song. It wasn't Dreamhouse at the time. It was just a writing project. Back in I started 2011. Just writing songs at any chance I could get in between recording bands and whatnot. And then as we got more songs, we started finding members and asked Bree, was like, hey, do you want to start be the vocalist and start a band? She was like, yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, believe it or not, this is her first band.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought everything was really well put together.
Yeah, she seems to
Sunday.
handle herself really well as a front lady.
Yeah.
Your guys' sound was excellent too. Nothing was popping like some of the other bands.
Let's talk about that sweet RGB, man. That was just whispering in fucking Stefan's ear. Gaming. Yeah, they had a really nice light show that went along with it.
Yeah.
My bass drum lights up.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
It doesn't flash yet, but we're getting there.
Yeah.
Baby steps.
Should have called it Lighthouse. So that was kind of, you had touched on something that I was kind of leading to. So this basically started as a project that was basically a recording project first.
Yeah. I would just, the way I would write would just be, I would record them, in my studio. Just kind of write and record at the same time and kind of just make little demos. And then I would just show them to, people that members that we were recruiting and
close friends.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause it was years. Yeah,
you were sitting on some of that material for a minute, weren't you?
Yeah.
So does that mean you have a pretty healthy repertoire to draw?
You have a deep well to draw from.
Yeah. I guess.
That can be a little. I think one of the biggest challenges in that when you have a bunch of old material is to just get over yourself, because you'd be like, oh, that's old shit. It's young.
Yeah,
you think it sucks, but everybody else is like, oh, that's it's fresh. You kind of have to.
Yeah. Everybody, even all the bands that I record, everyone's always stoked on the new stuff, oh, I just wrote a new song. It's our best yet, That's just kind of the musician mentality.
Yeah.
But to everyone else, yeah, when I wrote Resurface, which was our first song that we came out with. I probably wrote that 3 or 4 years before we actually dropped it. And so it was fresh to everyone else, but we were just okay, let's move on to something else.
Yeah, we got
but we were excited about the band being dropped.
Yeah, we got some broken hearts when we decided to move on from Clever as a primary song in our set list.
Yeah.
But we got too much new material that we want to kind of rotate in, so
Yeah.
I was going to say, I bet Metallica thought that their new stuff was oh, I'm really excited for this new stuff.
That's band mentality.
Right? Yeah, it's like weird because it's always the way you view your own music is vastly different from the way others perceive it.
It's always good to get an outside ear, you know? Like, even for for anything, it's good to
Get that outside perspective.
especially people that are out of your friend circle too, because I mean your friends are always gonna say,
Yeah.
This was so
feed
great,
you
buddy.
some
Give you a little
Yeah.
back rub and stuff too. Just like that was
Yeah.
awesome, man.
Yeah, we had some people that were like that, like constantly just like pushing just their shows. Like they're one of those people who just like text their entire friends lists. Like I'm having a show at the same place,
Yeah.
same bat time, same bat channel. Why aren't you
Every
guys
week.
You
supporting?
better
Every
show up
week,
or we're
yeah.
not friends anymore.
Every week, yeah.
So, is this your guys' first full length? I think I heard that mentioned at your last show.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, we put out our only record that we put out was Bloom. That was our first EP. Yeah, it was like a 5-song EP.
I think it's safe to guess that you released it yourself, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I joined the band. Basically, that tour off of that EP as a fill-in, and then
Yep.
kind of schmoozed my way into the lineup.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
Yep,
snuck up in them DMs.
that's right.
'Cause, I mean, we spent like 17 days together.
17
for the-
magical days.
Yeah. Celebrated his birthday in
Yeah.
Missouri.
Surprisingly good birthday in, what was that, Springfield, Missouri?
Yep.
On like a Thursday. I didn't have high expectations, but they got
Go
me
to
a cake.
I was gonna say you go to a restaurant, get like a happy birthday song and all that jazz.
Yeah, I actually did get a scoop of ice cream from some sushi place across the street, so
Yeah.
it's a good birthday.
How about that's quite a bonding experience, you know, waking up in a van, just like, and everybody's stink.
In a Walmart parking lot.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
But it's fun, you know, like doing that for a while, it can be like a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
Well, if you guys just recently got signed too, did that correlate with that tour?
No. That tour was the beginning of 2017.
Yeah,
Oh.
so
Yeah.
a little while ago.
Yeah. Oh, about 2 years now. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will be going out on tour at the end of March in support of the new record. So
Yeah.
How has that changed? Do you guys still book yourself, or do you guys get some new resources afforded to you now?
It's been
being on the
varying.
label.
it's been varying. Yeah, we
Yeah.
were with Artery Global for pretty much all of this year, and they booked for us. But now we're on our own again, and we're looking for a new agent right now. So.
So if
Did you have one before, or have you guys just been like doing this yourself?
We
Like a
we
lot
were,
of bands
yeah,
do.
we were DIY for the first year and a half as a band, I'd say. Then we got picked up with Artery, and then just recently, like as of a few months ago, we're by ourselves now.
So, do you like feel like that gives you an advantage having somebody else to focus on that for you, or?
Yeah, I mean it was nice with Artery. We got like some cool tour opportunities. Doing like the Johnny Craig tour in 2017. We got a couple other. We got some just like show offers, you know, from like some Artery bands that our agent was booking, like Red Jumpsuit. He offered a show to open in the. What was it, May? Back in May at the Miramar Theater.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just got cool opportunities like that. So it was cool having to, you know, not do everything as a band.
Yeah, a little weight lifted off that aspect.
Yeah.
Some more
Right.
connections and
Yeah.
made things a little
take-
bit easier.
Yeah, put your focus into some other things.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the focus that you regain, and there's also just like people don't understand like when you're doing all the logistics of shows, you have to make sure that everybody that's involved with like these places, if you're independently booking them, you have to make sure everybody is informed. And that is
Yeah.
like a huge time sink. Or
Yeah.
now it's just like it might be a little bit of money out of your pocket, but things you have somebody dedicated to that. And
Yeah, absolutely. It's always good to outsource. I mean, being DIY as much as possible is really cool if you have like skilled people in your team. But knowing when to get another set of ears or another set of hands in is pretty key too.
yeah, absolutely. And you can kind of like take that, you can learn from other people, see how they do it, and change your game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, if the game changes on you.
So, with your last, how many tours have you guys gone on so far?
I think we've done four or five. Yeah.
Don't be afraid to get right up in there with the.
Right up in there.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think we've done 4 or 5.
All Midwest? Or are you talking across the country, East Coast, West Coast, America's hat?
The only place we haven't been in the country is West Coast yet. So we've done East Coast, we've done like Florida, and we've done Texas a couple times.
Midwest, obviously.
Midwest. We just haven't gone west yet. 'Cause I mean, it's harder. It's harder to go out west. Like,
I mean, you got to cross the expanse of nothingness.
yeah, like
Nebraska. Shout out to Nebraska, though.
Interesting factoid. I heard you would think that the Great Plains are like the flattest place in the country. Apparently, it's Florida.
I believe
Florida?
that. I believe
Back
that.
to
It's
the
all
day.
just it's all just like marsh. Everything there's just marsh.
To quote Patton Oswalt, he said that the state flag should be a father going down after his daughter went there for spring break to identify her body at the corners. Yeah. Man, fucking Florida though, just from what I hear, man, it's brutal, man. Like, it's hot.
dude, Texas is.
Yeah, I was gonna say Texas in July.
Yep, it was in July. It was.
Yeah.
Damn.
And we borrowed a buddy's van to get down there, and he failed to let us know there was no air conditioning.
I think he might have let us know.
Maybe hinted at.
I don't know.
but
I can't remember.
You just said it in like a mumble once, and
I think
that was
he, I
it.
By
think
the
he
way, there's
said,
no air conditioning.
I think he said the air conditioner kind of works, but
So, yeah, something like
How
that.
many members did you have then? Because is it constantly been 4, or have you had? Has it?
We've
how's
had
the roster changed?
We've had 5. So yeah, we were a 4-piece then as well when we did that tour.
God, that must have been awesome. Did a tour in one van with 6 people and a merch guy, man. And like, we had all our gear in the back of there too. No trailer. I don't know how the fuck we did that.
is that Beholder?
Yeah,
All right.
like, dude, it was so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Well, that tour that we did, we had, so it was us 4. We had Joe, our
We had a
videographer. And then we picked up a friend who
Oh yeah.
Gilby.
Yep. Gilbert.
You picked up a friend?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on his way down to Texas as well.
Yeah, because I guess he lives
Give me a
here.
Pretty much.
Yeah. No, he lives here, and then he has a band. I think his dad lives in San Antonio, and we had a show in San Antonio, and his band was on the show, but he was visiting his family up here, and he's like, "Hey, I'm playing your show in San Antonio. Can I ride with you down?" And we were just like, "Yeah, I mean, I guess he has to play the show. Why not?" I would want to do that, like,
Right.
you know.
But it caused us to have to put we didn't have a third bench seat, so we grabbed some lawn furniture. And put it, don't tell the cops we didn't have seatbelts, but yeah, our third row was just a
And then we had
couch.
a merch girl too, so we had 3 extra.
Oh
people.
yeah, we did. That was pretty packed. So
Yeah.
Did you have a trailer?
No.
nope.
I was
So the
gonna
gear
say,
was
how much of
jam-packed
your-
in there as well
I was going to say, how much of your budget for tour did you lose in Illinois?
on the tolls? No.
Axle tax, man.
Yeah.
Oh
no.
yeah.
So any other state that's like that?
I don't
Not
think
that I'm
so.
aware of.
I think isn't the like Pennsylvania Turnpike
Oh,
or
yeah,
the
yeah,
Ohio
yeah.
Turnpike or whatever?
I think both
They charge for extra
axles.
axles and trailers and stuff.
Yeah, Jerry was saying he had to drop a fortune, I think, in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I'd be so
Or New
fucked
York.
if I
I
just
think it was-
forgot.
Somewhere up there.
That there, you can't even park anywhere. You can't exist anywhere. You know?
Yeah, so fortunately we were able to fit all 4 of us in our gear without a trailer
Yeah.
for the time being, at least.
It was so hot.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have AC in Texas,
Unbearable.
you are screwed.
Yeah,
You're screwed.
I took a wrong exit and then got stuck on a traffic jam on the frontage road, so there was no airflow coming in. Probably the closest I've ever gotten to losing my sanity.
Right.
It was like 110.
Yeah.
on the scale from 1 to stagnant, bro, how is the fucking smell?
Stagnant, bro.
Just sit there and roast like a pig in gridlock, man.
The good thing about it though, on the way back, it rained for like probably like 5 hours or
Just
so.
had the windows wide open.
I was just gonna say, yeah, you
awesome.
probably had the windows wide open,
Yeah.
just arms out,
Yeah.
head out like a dog.
So it was wet, stagnant, bro.
Right?
At the end of that.
Yeah, what's worse, wet, bro, or
I feel
dry
like
heat, bro?
I feel like it reaches a point pretty quickly where you're just not aware of the scent anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
They're bigger fish to fry.
Oh, God, there's people to fry, like alive.
Yeah.
It was always that thing. Like I mentioned it once here before. Went to see Jason, and there was a band playing before them called Texas in July, and I
Yep.
was like, "Why Texas in July?"
It's brutal.
It's because it's fucking brutal, man.
Oh, okay.
So now that you're signed, which I think is almost every starry-eyed child's band dream, how is that for you? I mean, is that just warm fuzzies every day, or
It's reassuring, I'd say. I
Yeah.
think there's a lot of anticipation, though, just kind of on how the next upcoming full length pans out and
Sure.
gets rolled out and everything.
Yeah. No, it was definitely surreal. 'Cause I mean, a lot of the bands just growing up, like a lot of the bands that were on InVogue or are on InVogue, I would listen to, like Hawthorne Heights back in the day. I was like always jamming them, The Plot and You, and now to be like working with the same team of people is pretty sweet. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people think that like once you're signed, like you made it or whatever, but it like
there's still a lot of work to go into it?
yeah, it's just starting now.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Right,
It feels like
it-
we're starting.
It can be like a good start to your snowball, but you literally have to keep that thing growing
yeah,
because it's just a matter of fact. People forget about you like so quickly
Oh, yeah.
if you don't use what you have going once you have something started.
yeah. I know a lot of bands that just like have the mentality like once they're signed or once they get a manager, like like they made it and then they stop working.
Yeah, they can lay on their back and let their belly soak up some
Yeah.
sun, but that's just not the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you end up getting in touch, or I wouldn't want to say like discovered by them, but like how did this deal kind of come about?
So we, like I mentioned earlier, we were with Artery Global, the booking agency, and our agent said he was messaging Nick, who's the owner of InVogue, about us. And then we filmed Clarity and got the video back. That was the first video we dropped with InVogue. We had that back in like June or July. And we're just waiting to hear like from our agent if anything was happening, if like Nick or like anybody at InVogue heard it. We didn't really hear anything from our agent. So we were just like, should we just reach out? We got Nick's email right here that we found that online and reached out and like instantly heard back and was like, hey, the single rocks, and we started talking from there. So yeah.
It's like literally a case of sneaking into the DMs.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yep.
It's kind of crazy how often that happens, but people just kind of write it off. Like Mick Gordon, the guy who did the Doom soundtrack, which is just a phenomenal piece of industrial electronica. He got involved with the guys at Bethesda literally by that. He just like got a guy's email and started talking to him like, "Oh, this
Can I
one
do
thing-
this?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
He didn't do that for a bit, but then eventually he just kind of did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you don't know if you don't try. I mean,
Yeah, you got to
what's
put
there to
yourself
lose?
out there.
what's the worst that as long as you like, check your spelling and
Yeah.
your wording, like
Watch
what's the
your
worst
grammar,
that could
kids.
happen? you know?
Me play
Not to burn any bridges if they turn you down. That's obviously what you
Yeah.
want to stay away from.
Yeah. No, I mean, you just try, send out an email, and
Yeah. And check your spelling.
always check your spam.
Spell
yeah.
check.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You had to reply the whole time.
Right.
I knew of a band that had that. I recorded a band, and they got a record label that hit them up, a pretty well-known label. It was a metal band, and they checked their spam after like a year and a half, and it was like, what? We had like a record label interested in us. Yeah, and they're like, there's no point in even replying because it was like a year and a half later.
Hey, you never know,
Right? I mean,
Yeah, I know, but
Now what? It's 2 years later.
right?
Yeah.
Now you should probably just probably not. But hey, you never know.
yeah.
So out of your 4 tours, you said you did Midwest and East Coast a bunch of times. Did you prefer the East Coast over the Midwest, or?
Yeah, where's your favorite? Because I kind of found it to be a bit similar a lot of the places, but there's definitely places that stand out.
Or I mean, if you even have like a venue that you were just like, wow, the green room was great. They had M&M separated by color. I don't even care, whatever.
I was thinking about doing that for you guys, just having just a big bowl of brown M&Ms for you.
I personally really like their Johnny Craig run, so that's specific to Texas. But
Yeah.
all the venues we played at were really cool. The first one being the Sidewinder, which was like a kind of an outdoor stage. It was just
That was in Austin, right?
in Austin, Texas.
What, it was like a open back end of a bar or something?
Yeah, it
With
was like a patio with a stage in it, and it was mostly covered, but it kind of felt like you were in a shed, kind of, just with really.
No, like chicken wire.
Ooh,
over
Hartford
it,
Town
like
Hall.
Blues Brothers or anything, huh?
Yeah, but it just had a kind of a cool aesthetic to it.
Yeah, because it was cool. It was like you're in downtown Austin, but then like behind the building of the venue was the stage, and then it was like a river,
Yeah,
and then it
running behind it.
looked like just like trees, and it just looked like you were out in the
like
woods.
a garden or something.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was pretty cool. Minus the heat, because there's no air
Texas.
conditioning outside,
Yeah.
or not.
This is
Much.
where we take the bands to bake.
Yeah.
I think they shut down.
Oh,
Is that what Johnny Craig does? Is it like the male diet club? And they put the bands in the places, bake them, and eat them? I heard it come up a couple times. What is Johnny Craig? Because there's Jenny Craig.
Jenny.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
you want to take that one?
What?
You said Johnny Craig
Yeah.
was a tour, or you mentioned that a couple times. What was that?
He's an artist. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a guy. He's been in bands like Dance Gavin Dance, Emarosa, and now he's in a band called Slaves. Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, that's a thing. Like for like the listeners, sometimes they're not as familiar.
Sure,
with
sure.
things you got to explain, like
For sure.
what it is.
I mean, he looked like he
otherwise-
was in good shape too, so he might have some fitness
Right?
routine. To go eat, so
Which bands you been eating, Johnny?
bands that make him dance.
So, Texas is your favorite place to tour, even with the unbearable heat.
I really like the venue in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. It's called the Ground Floor, and they actually shut down as well. But
All these great places are closed.
Yeah.
yeah,
Tragic.
super. It was like a venue run by a whole family, and they were super nice. They made us food. Like a lot of food.
That is so awesome on the road too. When somebody gives you like real food,
Yeah.
you're not eating like
Oh yeah.
stuff
Like
from
a
the
potluck
sack of
dinner?
cans you brought.
Yeah. A lot of granola bars and like ramen.
Ugh.
That gets pretty tiring after a while. Yeah, it was super awesome and we like hopped on the show. It wasn't even like we were like the tour package. We just like were like, hey, we need a show. Do you have any room on the slot? And then they made us food and everything. They gave us money.
It's the best of both
ruled,
worlds.
Yeah.
Plus the sound was amazing. The venue was amazing. Just like everything. It was
those can be the best things and like service you the best, like filling a void, like, you know, have like a well laid lineup and then somebody drops out, and if you're just there to like rise to the occasion, you can really get some good exposure through that.
Yeah, that show was with this hip hop artist called, his name is Kyle Lucas, and so that was in 2016. That was like our second tour. This was before Crispy was in the band. Yeah, I call him Crispy. Everyone calls him Crispy.
Yep, everyone calls him Crispy.
Just call me Crispy.
And later on, he was also on the Johnny Craig tour the following year. So it was cool to reconnect with him after that. So.
Yeah, just catching up for old time's sake almost. And
yeah.
And then he ended up doing a little feature on his own to our cover of Stay, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, he did a verse on our cover. And yeah, that was super cool. That was like immediately after we toured with him too.
Yeah.
Oh, have you guys been doing that? Have you been just like doing like cover videos, stuff like that? How have you been taking advantage of like recent marketing trends and like stuff bands doing? Because I know a lot of bands will do like covers, they'll do videos to go along with it. What do you
like Five Finger Death Punch?
We're planning on doing a Five Finger Death Punch cover action.
Yeah, we all know here, friends don't let friends listen to Five Finger Death Punch. Just give us the keys. Come on.
Yeah, like I know a lot of bands will do like a really popular cover, like a top 40 cover, and you know, like make a video for it, put it on Facebook. That's what we did with Stay, and it kind of blew up. We got like, I think YouTube has like 300,000 views on it. Spotify has just shy of 300,000 streams. Yeah, it really opened up like a whole like bunch of people to our original content too. So it was super beneficial. We're gonna do another one, probably in a couple months. So
Super secret.
super secret.
So you could say that you're talking up a new release.
Yeah,
Well, the album and the music
album
video.
and a cover. Yeah.
We got some content coming.
Yeah.
So you guys just came out with some content in October, right?
Yeah, when did we release that? I think October.
Yeah, Clarity. We announced the signing, and Clarity was a music video in October, and then we just put out another video for Losing Myself in November.
How was your experience filming like a music video for it? Like, was it pretty well like put together, or did you find it arduous, or what was the experience like for that?
Derek actually filmed our last one for us.
Yeah.
Kind of a jack of
Yeah, I
all
did.
trades here.
I mean, music videos are always fun for me. Like, they're super fun. Typically, we do like 2 days. One day would be like the storyline, just all storyline portion, and then performance videos performances are the next day.
And you just smash them together.
That's right.
Smash them together. Yep.
Speaking of smash that motherfucking like button.
Yeah, smash it. Yeah.
And subscribe.
Let us know in the comments below.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I love doing music videos. They're super fun.
Have you done anybody else's?
No. I've only done our last one, but usually we work with Eddie Curran out of Enterprise Films.
Do you enjoy the work aspect of it, or more putting a visual aspect to whatever you're more trying to say through an audio output? If that question is framed properly for you.
So like the message versus the process, kind of conveying the message.
Adding a visual aspect to the story you're trying to tell.
I always think, I think visuals are really key, especially these days. I mean, a lot of bands will do, like audio only, they'll do like, those like YouTube stream videos where you'll see like the artwork kind of like dancing around and stuff like that. But yeah, I think videos and having visuals to songs are super important. I like putting imagery to the audio for sure.
Yeah, I would agree. Both aspects.
Yeah.
It's kind of better conveying the message of the song, and then it's always fun when we are filming. I think just get laid back atmosphere, and I mean you kind of get sick of playing the song over and over again at a point. But other than that, yeah, it's usually just fun to hang out with everybody and make fun of each other.
How many times would you say you played the same song? And because I assume filming is about 6 hours, maybe. Because you said it's a whole day almost.
Yeah, we
4 shots and oh wait, no.
We did the last video, Losing Myself. We did that in 6 hours, and there wasn't any storyline to that video. We just shot performance, and then
there's some spiders in there.
Yeah, I shot a bunch of B-roll of tarantulas, but that was later on. But yeah, so we probably played the song 20 or 30 times.
I think I played it personally like 6 or 7 times.
Yeah,
just my part.
You guys got nothing on that What's Going On band? Have you heard that story? No. You know that He-Man What's Going On viral video?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know the original song of that? Back when that was like an original single, they were filming some live performance. You know, the that shit. They were filming some MTV live performance of that at spring break in the 90s, and they only had one camera to do it. So they had to do it from all the angles with one camera. So they just had to play the song over and over and over and over again.
So
and the people that were in the
just
crowd just had to stay there and go fucking crazy. They had to like listen to the song like 20 times.
I was going to say
like
the crowd just didn't slowly thin out down to nothing.
Dang.
I mean,
yeah, do that. How about like doing a one of those videos where you have like, hey, all my friends come like be in our music video. What they don't know what they're signing up for is like you got to listen to this like 18 times.
Well, I mean, we did that with Clever. Before Crispy was in the band too. We did. There was like 2 parts to the video. There was one like in this room, and then we did like a live like basement show kind of thing, and
at JJ's.
It wasn't at JJ's. But
missed a golden opportunity there.
Yeah, I know. They had to sit there and listen to the same song on the PA over and over.
And just give her.
Yeah.
Just gonna send it.
I feel like people love to be extras though.
Yeah, they do.
So
I mean,
it's not too hard.
We also bought like
I mean, that could be their
pizzas.
Yeah,
that could be their big break, you know.
I remember
that Hollywood exec might see him in that music video and bam, straight to the top.
Exactly. I remember I went to a local show once, and the opening band was saying that they were shooting a music video and that everybody had to go crazy, and everyone went nuts, but there was no video that ever surfaced. So I think that's a pretty good life
I've been to
hack
a couple
get your crowd.
shows where they've done a shtick like that.
Yeah.
Maybe
People
it was
like, hey, there's no cameras.
maybe it was that Threaten guy fucking gathering shit. Have you heard about that?
Yes. Crispy, have you heard about this
I have
guy?
not.
We didn't even get to talk about this last time. We had it queued up on the news story.
Yeah, but this dude like fabricated this whole band, basically the image of the band, and didn't do anything in America, but booked an entire like European tour that nobody came to because it was just all fabricated.
Yeah, he was faking all of his like social, like all of his numbers. He even went as far as like
making a fake booking company, I think.
Yeah.
Wow.
But, like he would do like live videos, and it would be like the band, but there wouldn't be anybody like in the crowd, and then it would just cut to like just thousands of people. So they he like found clips of like people going crazy.
It's like the crowd at Wacken or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Were the venues pissed?
Yeah.
Dude, the people were pissed, but like people were like, "Wow, that's actually quite impressive that he was able to pull."
I mean,
this
just to
off."
go that deep and for what? Like,
Yeah.
Right? Just to like get yourself blacklisted for all eternity from everywhere.
Yeah, because I mean the promoters were like, so how many pre-sales do we have? And he'd be like 150 to 200, and then they would show up and there would be 3 paid.
Well, like shame on them for not having any checks and balances for that shit,
I know.
right?
Yeah.
It's like that's pretty easy to see, like fake, just fake engagement. There's no engagement,
Right.
just like clicks in like
I mean,
people
just
from like
listen to the
Taiwan.
fucking music, man. Nobody's listening to that stuff. Man.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive, though.
It was like B movie Iced Earth stuff.
Savage. Oh man. So are you guys gonna do that at your next show? Just tell everybody you're filming a music video.
Yeah.
Right? And don't.
We're filming our next Netflix documentary. Go nuts.
We don't want to give that away, you know.
I feel like we're uncovering some untapped marketing tactics here, man.
Yeah.
Well, I think we gotta take a page out of this Threaten guy's book. Or whatever his name.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
Or in this case, fake it till you don't make it. Man.
And then if you don't make it, in his defense, he could just be like, "Well, I was just showing flaws with the music scene.
Yeah,
so
right.
give me some
It was
props.
all intentional.
It's just playing the game."
I mean,
I wonder
what do
what
you think was gonna happen? You know?
I'm curious what like the most prestigious venue he was able to land was. Like, can you imagine fabricating something to the point where you booked like Madison Square Garden or something?
I guess people were saying because I mean, it made like Gear Gods or like Metal Sucks, you know, like those like big publications, and people are saying like, yeah, he did book like some pretty well-known venues out there. That's just like, what was he thinking?
The end game.
Trolling.
I feel like either the end game is he was trolling or he just got caught up. Caught up that bad. Because some lies just spin out of control.
It's
like
Joaquin Phoenix's next movie.
He was trying to impress a girl, and then they broke up, so he's just like, fuck it.
All right. Should we go into some photographs?
Sure.
Yeah, so you guys don't watch the podcast, or you
Not
haven't
yet.
listened really.
So what we do is we stole this from Hot Ones. We basically that's why I added you this week, not because I want to be friends with you or
We'll
nothing.
start with easy stuff. We'll start with easy stuff. This is just the band.
Terrible bowler.
So if you guys would explain who this is, so
Yeah, that's Bree. That's our vocalist. We were in Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Dang, you got a good memory.
Yeah.
Murph.
No, I don't have a good memory, but I remember
just that '90s background over the
Yeah, it
bowling
was
pins. It
pretty
looks like those.
vintage.
Dude, that is aesthetic as fuck. What are you talking about, man? That is some sad boy shit right there.
All right, continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, we were just bowling before the show.
They had some pretty cheap drinks in the bar over to the right. You can't see off camera, but
Now, did you drink it all? Because I found like a lot of places were astounded at how much Wisconsinites can drink because they don't drink casually like we do. Like it's kind of crazy.
yeah, no, it wasn't this tour, but another tour I went on with a buddy. I think it was in Texas. They wouldn't let me get more than one beer at a time. I was trying to
Got by 2 or 3 or something.
I was trying to get around for the band, and he's like, "Oh, I need to help you carry these out. I got to make sure you don't drink all of them to yourself." So,
What?
Wow.
What kind of business practice is that, man?
Some
Right.
places are like that, though. I've been
yeah,
to
you can't have
couple
more than one
places.
drink at a time.
I mean, I can understand being responsible. Come on, it's America, man.
I actually think I was in Chicago. I tried to get it was like a Jack and Coke and a beer, and they'd only give me one. But you said terrible bowler, and I feel like you might not have been joking because I'm looking at the pins. I'm looking at the pins at the end of that
Did
lane.
not
let's
pick up
just
the
say
spare. I'm
Bree's
just kidding. I can't
Bree's gonna
remember
give
for
you so
sure,
much
but
shit.
yeah. Well, you know what?
No, she's better than me, so
Okay.
I can't say
That
much.
was she Bree for Bree.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is
She-
Bree down on her breeze?
I guess we didn't really go into that, your guys' current sound, because what have we had? We had Oceano, that's the breeze,
Mm-hmm.
and then we had
We had the Bree holder here.
Yeah.
We were
So-
definitely. One of my favorite things to go to is let your grandpappy, old man over here, tell you about his days in the grindcore. He ever talk to you about them days?
Ooh, I actually had a question about that.
Jesus.
So why the toaster?
Oh, that wasn't the Beholder. That was
yeah.
Typhon. My mom gave me a toaster, and it just never left the car because I was like a filthy bachelor. And she was like, "Here, you need this
once
one."
a filthy bachelor, always a filthy bachelor.
Do you know about this though?
The toaster?
Yeah.
I've heard this story many. This is one of his favorite stories. Why don't you just jump right into it?
Basically, we'd plug it into the Furman, and one of the reasons it stuck with me was because I literally like took a piece of bread and like fucking wiped the sweat off my fucking brow with it and put it in the toaster. Toasted it and frisbeed it out in the crowd, and some motherfucker just took a big old bite out of it. So this is how you guys in Whitewater
Shout
do
out to
this
that
shit.
guy.
Yeah, shout out to that guy, man. It was literally...
If you like that or not, leave a comment below.
Did he know? Did he see you wipe the sweat?
I don't
Or
know.
was he just like, toast?
I think it was just toast.
That or he's like, it's cooked, it's sanitized.
Oh, man.
It was basically like, wouldn't that be funny if we did that? I have an outlet on my fucking the front of my like box on the Furman.
That's amazing.
All right, what do we got next here?
That's an old face right there.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh. This my fretting hand.
This was on the Bloom tour, so Crispy, this was his first tour. This is in Springfield, Missouri at the Outland Ballroom.
Looks like a nice place.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
place
nice
was
exposed
really
bread.
cool. Quite a,
Yeah, this was my birthday, wasn't it?
yeah.
This was your birthday
This
show?
is my birthday show.
Yep.
Relive the moment.
Yeah, it was a really good show. It turned out to be our last day of the tour. Or wait, no, it wasn't the last day.
Yeah, I think we played one more.
Yeah,
One or two after
yeah,
that.
Oh yeah.
So
Never
the
mind.
important question is, did you get sushi before or after?
Ooh, I think it was.
Where'd you get sushi? I don't think I got
place
sushi.
down the street. I think me and Bree just went.
Oh.
I think it was after.
Yeah, let's go to a butcher I'm unfamiliar
Then the-
with, eat a bunch of raw meat, and then play a
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then did you
Probably
get was the ice cream you received green tea ice
It
cream?
was.
Yeah.
It was. I
All
never
right.
had it before.
Did
That's
you like
good.
it?
I did.
What's the big
Yeah, it's
deal?
pretty good.
Like, I've heard of it before, but is it good or something?
It's pretty
good.
tasty.
It's just got a very different flavor profile. I mean, it's not gonna match Ed Sheeran's ketchup ice cream, but
Ketchup ice cream?
that was
Delicious.
from one of our first episodes ever. Actually, we were talking about Ed Sheeran got ketchup made after him, or sorry, ice cream made after him, and it was like ketchup flavored ice cream.
It was like we were talking about a conversation we had came across on Facebook where people were talking about ketchup being this combination of sweet and salty. Like it's some sort of culinary delicacy. It's fucking sugar and fucking salt and tomato paste.
It's sweet.
It's gross.
It's not savory. It's sweet.
It-
It's loaded
yeah.
with sugar.
Absolutely.
But anyway,
We're Googling through this stuff, just like getting pictures of Heinz, and fucking all of a sudden Eddie just like pops up, and we thought it was because he was like a redhead or something like that. But apparently he loves like this fucking ketchup flavored ice cream that some shop made for him. Yeah,
Well,
doesn't that just
that
make
makes
you
my
fucking
skin
want to
crawl.
squirm?
yeah, he's like
Ugh.
obsessed with ketchup, but they made ketchup ice cream for him, and people were trying to say that it's sweet and savory, but like I already said, ketchup's just sweet. Like savory is the mustard, and the spicy savory is the mustard, and the
Yeah.
sweet is just the ketchup.
So you should make
Maybe-
ketchup mustard ice cream.
Maybe they're saying savory because there's sodium in it, but I don't think it's like, I don't know. I don't think it's savory either.
But basically, though, I think next time he plays at Soldier Field, they're gonna crucify him. Straight up.
Because you're not allowed to put ketchup on hot dogs in Chicago.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Otherwise,
that.
otherwise your picture goes up on the wall of shame. Yeah, if you ever go to, I think it's called the Billy Goat.
Are the hot dogs that good that it shouldn't require?
No, I mean they have ketchup there. Like it's totally right next to the mustard. But if you
Oh.
put it on there, everyone's just gonna boo you.
Throw some shade.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like putting on jazz and Talladega
I see.
Nights.
Here's a food question. I just watched again the movie Elf. You guys seen that, right? Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Um,
A classic picture
Yeah.
of holiday cheer. I mean,
That's
it's right
right.
around the
His-
corner.
I
This
lied.
season-
I've seen it, but not all the way through. So
Okay.
I might know what you're talking about.
well, it's
I
in the
think I know
beginning
what
when
you're
he
talking
eats spaghetti with syrup.
Yeah.
Would you guys try that?
Oh my god.
Did he have sauce on it, or was it
Yeah,
just
there was
noodles?
sauce on there.
Fucking my dad was telling me this story about the dude I was named after. He would come over to after school in the 70s, and they would watch Speed Racer after school.
Yeah, you got to go fast.
But what he would do is he would make chicken noodle soup for the kid, and he, the kid who I'm named after, would fucking squirt ketchup into the chicken noodle soup until it was like a, like who was that? shit. I don't know. I'm not gonna go to there. But it was like some version of Sketty, basically. That like trashy spaghetti, where instead of spaghetti sauce, it's like spaghetti noodles and ketchup and butter.
It's not ringing a bell, and I don't want it to, but that's just
Right.
disgusting.
Well, yeah. I mean, I know people that do like mac and cheese and ketchup too. That's
I put ketchup on eggs sometimes,
Sure.
Sriracha.
and
good too.
I've done ketchup and mac and cheese. It's not very good, but I've done ketchup and eggs.
Mac and
Yeah, I've
cheese
done
and
that too.
sriracha.
Yeah,
I
mac
can,
and
I can
cheese
get
and
down on
sriracha,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
As long as it's not Noodles and Company, because every time I eat that, it's like seconds till I get to the toilet. Like I get home and like the
I
stomach-
mean, dude, they put like a stick of butter in all of their noodle recipes.
Just the reservoir at
Yeah.
the bottom of the bowl.
Yeah.
oh, that's good stuff. Oh, you're making the fucking
That's why.
Westerner in me.
Have you
just-
guys ever eaten at Soli's downtown? It's like a famous Milwaukee burger institution.
Oh my god.
You guys haven't eaten there? Okay. They have really good milkshakes, but they're very much championed as having delicious Milwaukee burgers, and they are good. But I swear to God, you get half a stick of butter underneath the bun on each one. Like it's
That's what makes it so good.
they call Culver's has the butter burger. I'm putting quotations up here.
Yeah.
Soli's has the butter burger. It is literally a half a stick of butter on
Right,
there.
right. Like, would you like a piece of hamburger with your butter?
Yeah. I mean, they're good, but you might have a heart attack or just go full Homer Simpson.
Yeah, like that. That's one of those burgers that you could wipe on the wall and it would just go clear with
Yeah.
the grease.
Yep. All right, this is
Yeah, derailing. We like to derail. Derailing's what we're after. What we got going on here?
This was also on the Bloom tour. This was Orlando, Florida,
This guy's memory is crazy. I
at
can't
the
remember.
the Haven.
I'm like in the same boat. I'm like,
Wow.
how does this guy remember all this crap?
Yeah, I was like, there's a curtain, there's a stage. That seems pretty familiar, but so do a lot of-
Remember Roxy? Roxy took photos.
Oh, yeah, there you
Oh.
go.
It's got
There's
the
a
watermark, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I didn't look.
Did a great job with the photos, it looks like. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a great
Yeah,
photograph. Great depth of
she-
field.
I really like
Awesome.
how she covers me up completely.
Yeah, Crispy, you look really good in that
Thank
photo, man.
and this one too.
This was at our house.
Yeah, I'm the
Wait, aren't you the one holding onto the camera?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
I wasn't being sarcastic.
little terror sweater there too.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is us leaving for the first time we played at Launch Music Festival. That's in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
So this was 2017.
Quite obviously celebrating victory in Europe.
Yep. Deuces. Aha.
Yeah.
This was the final show we played on that Johnny Craig run we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Is Johnny Craig in this picture? I'm gonna
Yeah,
zoom
he's
in
the
here a
one in
little
the.
bit. This dude right here?
No, next to him.
This dude right here?
Glasses.
Yep.
Yeah, there he is.
The other guy next to him, that's Kyle Lucas. So this is everybody.
Who's Kyle Lucas? For
He's the
Meaning
hip
me.
hop artist.
ah,
He did a feature on the song that we were talking about earlier. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was on this tour. He's from Atlanta, Georgia, and this is in San Antonio. This is in the back of what's that?
Something rabbit, white rabbit,
Oh, it's called the White Rabbit. It's the paper tiger.
paper tiger.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That was probably my favorite show I've ever played.
for what reason?
It's just
Sound.
yeah the
mean-
the biggest show probably. Well, besides Warped Tour, that was shortly after this.
Oh yeah, that's.
We'll
my
get to there
favorite venue.
later.
Yeah.
we got that coming up.
Cool. Yeah, I mean there was I think 500 people in a club here. And yeah, just good energy, man. Like everyone like
I mean, I know
just
this
felt
is
good.
I know this is like the back of some kind of trailer, but for some reason I feel like this is like a Casablanca runway.
That
You guys are about to give
it was
here's looking at you, kid, goodbyes.
I feel like they're
the
at an
Airstream.
encampment working on the Manhattan Project.
I think that was actually what their green room.
Yeah, that
the
was
venue's
that was
green
the
room.
green room.
They just had like an Airstream out back.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of cool.
Those are some nice trailers. Like from the outside, probably wouldn't want to one now, but
I mean, they cost a pretty penny, so I'm sure they're high quality.
Yeah.
So nice.
But yeah, this was a good night, man.
Yeah, it was fun. Regardless of the heat, see, nobody's really even bothered by the heat. Everyone's smiling.
Why can I not control this? Here we go. Oh, it's the last one. All right. No, it's not. I didn't think so.
Yep.
Oh yeah, so this is Warped Tour. So this is did they change it? Is it the BMO Harris Pavilion or is it different now?
No, it's still
No, it's
Marcus.
BMR, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
No, I think that's a different one.
Or
No, it's a Marcus Amphitheater.
yeah,
Isn't
but
that
is it's like or oh, wait,
BMO
I might be
Marcus
thinking of
Amphitheater.
something else.
something like that.
This is the Marcus Amphitheater, though.
Marcus
Yeah.
Amphitheater. Okay. Yeah, never mind.
There is the. I'm pretty sure there is the BMO
The
Harris
pavilion, yeah.
The
pavilion,
pavilion.
and
Outside of it.
the
Oh, okay.
amphitheater is still there.
Okay. Yep. So yeah, this is the Marcus Amphitheater. This was Vans Warped Tour 2017.
Kicking it off.
Now that was the second to last one. Last one was this year, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So this
How do you feel about that? Just to segue a little.
Did you
bit.
guys see CKY? CKY was playing there too, weren't they?
I put my stuff down right next to theirs. That was pretty surreal.
Yeah.
CKY on all the road cases and stuff.
Another derailing question. Have you guys heard their new album?
Mm-mm.
Can't say I have.
I don't remember it. Are you about to make a fart noise?
Yeah. I didn't
Clenching. You look like you're clenching.
I didn't like it. but
Clenching with your
okay.
face.
You guys can make your own opinions.
I mean,
about it.
honestly I haven't listened to them in a very long time, but
Hey, me neither.
I know, but it was still just like, oh, CKY.
I still love them.
oh yeah.
Yeah. A lot of nostalgic memories.
Johnny's band Slaves, they just toured with CKY
Mhm.
like a couple months ago.
Because they were on Artery as well, I believe. Weren't they? CKY?
Artery Global. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're both Slaves and
Mhm.
CKY are both on Artery Global.
So you guys put your
But yeah.
you guys unloaded your gear right next to them, and
Yep, you're playing
Yeah.
the big gig. What was that like stepping up there?
Oh man,
That's pretty rad.
It was incredible.
Although I do gotta say, I know I've seen a couple shows in the amphitheater, and from like the grass seats, this place looks huge from the stage.
Oh,
It looks
yeah.
a lot smaller.
It does.
Right.
It's crazy.
It does.
Well, doesn't every place kind of look like that once you're on the other end of it?
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
But usually we have the high ground, but in this situation we're on the bottom. you know,
Right.
so-
yeah, because
You're
we're
looking up.
low, so we're looking up, and yeah, it just doesn't seem like because when you're way back there, it just
Mhm.
the stage is like so tiny. But
Right.
yeah.
But and when you're on the stage too, those people up there, you can't even see them through the lights, right?
yeah,
So it's like they're not even there almost,
Yeah.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying Slayer didn't even notice me when I went to Indiana?
Devastated.
It was the final tour, Doug.
really.
Even though they're in Europe right now, but
I was
whatever.
gonna say they'll come back.
Yeah, I know. They're just gonna pull the Ozzy. Just
Yeah.
like it's the last tour.
No more tours.
100th time.
I've seen one show at this venue, which was probably one of the best shows I've ever seen. I'm not a huge Iron Maiden fan. I do love them, but hands down, best live show I've ever seen because all like the crazy shit they do. And we're literally like 70 rows back, and they have those pyrotechnics going off. You wouldn't think it's that hot that far back, but you can feel that shit. And here's this fucking balls to the wall like lead singer standing right next to this shit.
Yeah, Dickinson just
Yeah.
going nuts with his long tail coat and
How many of those do you think he's fucking singed?
oh, tons. I bet he's lost a couple eyebrows in that little debacle. I
Right.
mean, he has just old faithful geysers of flame shooting out next to him.
So here's the thing, like in that situation, you have to like hit all your marks, and if you don't, you just get fucking roasted alive in front of 70,000 people. How about that?
It's high pressure.
Like
Yeah.
that's kind of like going to a fucking like a NASCAR race. It's like, you know, you want them to live, but you really want to see the crashes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't go to those to watch people turn left. I'll tell you that much.
R.I.P. Dale Earnhardt.
Oh man.
Man, if you were that far back and you felt heat though, like imagine like security or like the
Oh,
first
yeah.
people and first few rows.
Talk about Texas in July.
Just like walk out of the venue with no eyebrows.
Right. I had to 70 rows back. I had to be like rotated halfway through the show so I cooked evenly. What I wanted to ask before we moved on is, how do you feel like, playing like a show like that, and then, like obviously there's like a different vibe between like a small club where it's like more intimate, and then like a big show like that. Like, do you?
Oh, just say between playing Warped Tour and JJ's basement.
Just say it. I wasn't gonna say that, but like obviously, like a lot of the places you go to, they're like intimate places. Like stand-up comics will talk about that, where it's like they'll play arena shows, and it's like a little different because like you get like this immediate feedback every few seconds in that. Oh no, we don't like this. Yes, we like this. We like this very much. No, we don't like that. Oh, so like in that arena, it can be like 20,000 people shitting on you versus 300. Do you have any feeling like on the intimacies of both of those situations?
What do you think, Crispy?
I would say a Warped Tour. I kind of just lost myself before I realized it was over, Kind of just looked at the whole scenery as one big picture.
Like it almost feels easier.
Yeah, it did. It didn't seem like we could do anything wrong because there's so many people there that no matter how bad we fuck up, they're not all going to leave. So,
Do you imagine every single fucking person walks out?
Yeah, right. Which would be surreal as well. But no, I would say just overall, it's a lot different of an experience.
Yeah. I mean, it just depends on the energy, because sometimes you can play in front of 50, 100, 200 people, and like if they're just not like, if they're not there, they're not like, maybe they're not digging us. I don't know. Maybe
I fully agree. Yeah.
Then it just kind of it feels awkward, even though there's a lot of people there. And then sometimes you play in front of 10 people in Pennsylvania, and like
they're loving it.
And yeah, they're loving it. They're like more energetic than those 200 people. So I don't know. I like the small intimate shows too.
Yeah, what was really cool to see at Warped Tour is we blew up 3 or 4 giant beach balls. Yeah, which I almost fainted before we went on because I blew
Had
up so
to
much
air
air.
them all up.
Yeah.
Trying to have a real
Went like the
rock
Go-Go
concert
Bordello
here.
route and just threw some beach balls out there.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
cool.
just seeing that, just kind of like constant movement in the crowd and big audience watching us, that was just kind of really got your adrenaline cooking and made you forget about a lot of stuff. Like I actually accidentally mixed up the set list, which almost was a huge disaster because I played our second to last song. I forgot how it was rearranged, but
like
our guitar player didn't catch it until like just the right second where he had to actually like change guitars over. So it wasn't until he like threw a strap on, plugged it in, and then like started the song. So it was like very, very clutch. And I didn't even realize I did it because I was just kind of wrapped up in the moment.
I think originally they told us that we were gonna get 15 minutes, so we were like, okay, well we'll do 3 songs, and then like right before it, they're like, yeah, you can do 20. So we're like, oh, okay. So I think we just got kind of frazzled.
Yeah.
There.
All right, let me ask you this question too. Do you guys like playing a longer or shorter set? Or what's your ideal time frame?
I guess that also is dependent on the crowd, because like if the crowd's just watching us with their arms crossed, I can't wait to like kind of get it over with. If they're not vibing us, it makes you a little anxious. But
I like half an hour.
Yeah.
It's a good length.
Or 20, 25 minutes.
I personally wish, and I'm sure you can attest to being on like these marathon shows, and we talked to Jay about this. Just promoters in the area trying to be the next fest, the next Robot Mosh Fest, the next New England Fest, and it's just not gonna happen. But then you'd have in rapid succession like these fucking 4 fest shows within like a 2 to 3 month proximity to each other, and it would be the same people at the same shows. It would be bands watching bands. It's literally a festival of bands just coming to do it. And the odd 5 people that the bands could bring, and that would make the illusion of it seeming bigger than it was. But it just I always wished in that setting that it was just, could you just get 4 bands to play longer sets, please?
Yeah. I mean, I think like amateur promoters or, promoters or just bad promoters, they want to just like, they think, okay, one band, they can draw 15, 20 people. So let's get 9 of them,
Right.
And then the show's going to be massive, but no one wants to see a 9-band show on a Sunday,
Especially how long it takes like
setup.
bands that will play at a show like
Yeah.
that to set up and
outside of that one that you and Jason talked about, the one at the barn house where there was basically 2 stages and one would
yeah.
set up while the other one was playing, and then they'd be ready to go right away. That just like doesn't happen.
It was run excellently. Basically, the only downfall was it was held in a county fairground stable stall place, and it smelled like horse shit. Like it literally smelled like manure in there. But it's kind of like riding in a van with a bunch of bros. Eventually, the smell goes away. Yeah. But they had it running where it was like one stage at one end, one stage at the other, and one would end, the next would begin. It was like the most efficient amateur shit house show I've ever played at.
Literally.
And granted, I've never played at a cow manure hall. Can we do that? Let's get that for this country, the cow manure push. We're taking over in the fucking shit stalls, man.
There he is.
There we go.
Hey.
A glam shot.
Look at that. Look at that stash, man.
Oh yeah.
Strong
Hey, it's
stash
coming
game.
back
It's
already,
coming
dude.
back. Figured I'd change things up a little bit. Forgot what my upper lip looked like.
Now, you didn't even recognize me. at
Yeah,
the
I mean, it
show,
had been a
dude.
while. It had been a while.
Yeah, I got this like hide in my face. I'm also fatter. So yeah, it had also been like a while. I was like, hey,
Podcast.
hey, come on my podcast.
And here we are.
You're like, oh, I didn't even fucking realize you. Yeah, it was just that easy. Just show up at a show, be like, hey, do my podcast. Hey,
Sure.
come on next
Here we
week.
are.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
that
3
easy.
minutes to actually talk to people,
Right.
You know,
Yeah, this is
in
fun.
some aspects.
You guys are fun.
Cool. Or are we?
We'll just keep
back
going
to
through
this.
pictures until we find something juicy.
Oh,
These are all the easy ones. What's up?
Go back one. I found you Claptoning.
There you go.
Some fucking Claptoning there. That's your bass player?
Yeah, this is Jared. This was at The Wire
way
in
off.
Berwyn, Illinois. This is when we opened up for Slaves. So we did the Johnny Craig tour in July of 2017, and then a couple months later we got to open up for his band in Chicago. So that was fun.
I'm gonna keep going through these till we can get to the more juicy ones.
All right. This is in Madison. Where the frequency shut down like pretty much
Oh, really?
a few weeks after we played this place.
We shut it down.
That's
Yep.
a really nice photo, though.
There's a funny story about this about this show. So yeah, we play with we have like the programmed lights and everything. We have like a back
RGB gaming band.
Because you've already admittedly said you enjoy having a visual aspect
Yeah.
along with your audio. So
Yep.
light show and all that.
So we run everything off a laptop, and this was a sold out show. We were opening up for our friend Emily Brandt, and this is her hometown, and I forgot the laptop.
Oops.
Yep.
Oopsies.
Yeah. So now everyone gives me shit and says,
Derek,
Oh,
you got the laptop?
You forgot the 5th member, Mac.
yeah. Bree's like, before every show, she's like, I have the laptop and I'm putting it in the front seat. I'm like, oh, okay, I know I deserve it. But we won it, man. I
Had to
mean,
rebuild the set completely.
yeah, because I mean, we play with click, we play with the lights.
Oh my God.
We play with
Transitions.
transitions. Yeah, like so
Synth.
now I'm the only guitar player in the band, so we play with a second guitar track, and that goes through the PA. So we didn't have that.
So, you guys were all used to that, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So you know that you can't just like grab anybody and be like, oh, we got a click track, and then especially a drummer. Like if the drummer can't play to a click track in that situation, you are so fucked. Like
Yeah,
it
oh,
just ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. So, man, that was. But I was actually really proud of ourselves because we were like,
Yeah, it was a good show overall, I'd say.
yeah.
Different than we planned, but people still seem to like
So
it.
our lights are in the background there,
Not functioning.
and they're
Not
not.
functioning.
They're not on.
Yeah, I guess that all makes sense now.
They look nice, though, that nice wooden box.
Ooh, sad lights.
That was the first show with the lights too. I was so excited.
Oh, yeah. The debut.
Well, yeah, that's probably why it was doomed to happen that way.
But great photo, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
It is a great photo though. The
You know why?
spacing and everything's really good.
There isn't all those colorful lights ruining this great black and white palette.
Yeah, see?
You know,
Yeah.
you can't have good black and white if you got all these fucking
That's
RGB
true. All them
colors fucking it
glares.
up.
The only thing I have to say about lights at shows is I remember I went with my girlfriend Brittany. We went to go see Circus Survive at the rave, and they had they had a bunch of strobe lights, but they were all at eye level. So once they started popping off, you were just completely blind. Like you couldn't see anything. It was really I had a great time with the show. Like they were great. But I was blind probably 95% of the show.
Did you see him at Turner Hall like earlier? Was it this year?
No.
Oh,
I
did.
haven't been to a show in a while.
That was in March. Yeah. That was an awesome show.
I think the last show I went to was Rakim at Turner Hall, the New York hip hop artist. Or maybe it was Mayhem at Turner Hall. It was Rakim because I went with Sean, and a bunch of our work associates were there, and it was a lot of fun.
So I'll say this one thing about your light show. I was like one or two things in sequence away from awakening my sleeper training.
Your sleeper
and
training?
I almost stood up like the Manchurian candidate and assassinated my local alderman in the name of the motherland.
Some sort of code.
Was it bright?
No, it was good. It was good.
No, I thought I thought you guys were
I kid because I love.
extremely. I thought you guys were extremely well presented yourselves extremely well, audio and with the lights and everything. Everything was great.
I like it.
Thanks, man.
So where was this? You guys
The
got some scaffolding.
Mar.
The Mar, yeah.
This one's the Mar.
The Mirror Mar.
They still have all that god awful seating around the outside.
They got rid of some of it.
I guess, yeah.
Unlike the left side of this photo, they got rid of all of that seating and have like a little elevated area that you can set up.
Is the
tables
audio
and
guy
stuff.
still really bad?
We don't want to burn any bridges. No, I'm just kidding. It was fine.
It's probably not even the same guy.
Probably
Yeah.
not. But I remember I saw a show there once, and the final act was not EQ'd well at all, and everything was popping. Every,
No,
like,
I
5
think this
seconds
one was pretty
terrible.
good. This was the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus show. This was back in May.
Can we zoom in on Derek's hair there really quick?
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah, look at that thing. Dang.
Whipping.
That's like Johnny Bravo right there. Man,
Hey,
that
watch
was
the hair,
pretty.
Yeah, this is a cool show. I mean, this is Milwaukee, but like most everyone there, I didn't even know. It
Yeah.
seemed.
Fresh faces
Yeah.
coming out of the woodwork.
That's good to hear, though.
Mm-hmm.
I just imagine a place like the Miramar that's set up with the seating like that being like a HGTV show where it's like, okay, venue remodeling. We have involuntary remodelers come in every week and smash the shit out of our venue. Let's see how to rebuild it and flip this place.
First time flippers.
It almost helped for a long time there. It was just
Oh my
like, why
God.
do you have these? Why do you have it set up this way?
Yeah.
I'll keep it vague, but I was with my pops. What is happening?
It's a stampede.
Jesus. I was with my pops at an appointment earlier, and we're in the waiting room. Is it an unwritten rule that you have to play HGTV in every single medical-related waiting room? Why?
Shut up. I like Property Brothers.
Dude,
Dude,
I
come on,
love
it's terrible.
HGTV.
I'm freaking obsessed with that stuff.
Oh man.
Crisp?
Don't
get me involved with this.
no, it seems pretty reoccurring. Maybe it's just like a universally accepted program.
Yeah.
Like nobody can really get that
but
mad
do you
about it.
watch it? We got two guys that like it.
Property Brothers. You got Live in It or Flip It or whatever the hell it's called.
What's next? Yes to the dress? Come on, man.
No, man, the house flipping stuff is a whole nother level, man.
Yeah.
I used to like what was that one with Ty Peddington? Extreme Home Makeover.
Yeah.
I
used to
mean,
watch
I
that.
feel like you couldn't not watch it though, because I was at home and my mom was just like, "We're watching this," and they move that bus. He does like the full 360 windmill arm motion, and he's just like, "Get that bus out of here!"
Dude, straight up, that
They
shit's
pull it off. The house looks the same.
that shit's always like some clunky couple that has like no on-camera chemistry, and they're like, "Well, we really want to stay conservative with our budget. So, what's your budget? $1.7 million."
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you do for a living?
That's a little bougie.
I collect.
I sell ivory
I work
artifacts.
part time, and my husband collects butterflies.
Our budget is 1.7 million.
I got an Etsy shop. I make these
Yeah.
bead necklaces. I make charms.
Yeah, my husband doesn't work, and I collect butterflies half time. Yeah, my budget's like you said, 1.7 million. And then they get a fucking go-kart track in the backyard.
That would be pretty. I watched that episode.
Yeah.
Good God.
What's that show though? The Flipper Flop.
Yeah,
Oh,
that one's good
That was a
too.
good one.
Because they
Was
just
that
get
my-
so.
Is that a show about
they
my
get so-
penis?
Yeah, they get so sassy with each other. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Here's a band photo. You guys are all put
band
together.
photo. Woo!
Classic stairwell photo. Mm-hmm. JJ had one too. His was a little bit more.
It was in a mansion.
Yeah, it was pumped up, and I assume it was his lead singer just with killer hair.
This place looks like
whipping all around.
It looks like it's a high school built into a lava rock.
It's
That's what.
Or
it
is this a sanatorium?
it's an apartment complex in Milwaukee.
Yep.
This is really nice interior design. I wonder how much they're gonna flip it for. How much would you pay for that interior design? Let us know in the comments below.
And also smash that motherfucking like.
I think that's the last one for at least Dreamhouse. Okay, that took a lot longer than I thought it was going to, but we have more personalized photos. I should
a whole folder for me.
hold on. I'm gonna mix these.
There's
Oh my
overlap.
God.
Yeah.
Can I mix these together?
Yeah, you can just copy them all or
hold
cut them and get them all now,
Yeah.
and just put them together.
Okay.
Can I do a shuffle function here?
It
Yeah.
should just do it by name.
It
You
seems
could
like
back
they're
out of the
kinda
directory and go
shuffled
back in, and it'll put them by number, or keep them exactly.
I hope it's shuffled. All right, here we go.
Ooh.
Aw.
Cheating on your dogs.
I'm trying to think. Dude, I don't even know when this was.
Now, what I did is I didn't go into your photos. I went in photos of you. So this is pictures that other people have put in there, so you'd
Perfect.
potentially be less familiar with
Yeah.
them. So I got a lot of like
Oh,
family photos of like, this is something that just nobody knows what the fuck this is except your mom and your like stepbrother.
Yeah,
I'm
I
nervous.
honestly can't remember whose dog that was, but it's very cute.
Don't you just want to eat it like a beefy five?
Judging by that hair, how long ago do you think that
Oh
was?
man,
That's
this is
swooped.
probably like at least
That's swooped.
6 years ago or so. Yeah.
Judging by that beard. I used to do that too. I used to do like the chin and shaved all this
Oh
down.
boy,
Yeah,
reinforcements.
I
have
don't
arrived.
think I tried. I think that's just that's how it happened.
What a time for Stefan to walk away. Just leave this picture up, walk away, refresh the refreshments. Just leave us
I mean,
here.
it's a puppy. How can you just got to keep going, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
people, don't you like puppies? Let us know in the comments below.
This is Bree and I in Florida. There's like a little spot where you can like feed gators. These little guys. Like right off the.
Those
right
are
off the
baby
street.
gators.
Yeah. You
Did you eat gator in Florida? Because I did when I was down there.
No, but I had gator in La Crosse once. It was
Kind of tastes like chicken, doesn't it?
it does.
Yeah.
It's kind of like chewy dark meat chicken. That's how I describe
Yeah,
it.
because they had. When I went down to Florida, we went to a gator farm. There's some quotations thrown up there, and yeah, they had like gator po' boys and all this other stuff. It was good.
It was like deep fried. They're like little nuggets.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
When I had it, like dip it in ranch.
Yeah, mine
Gator
wasn't fried. It
nuggets.
was like grilled. It was good though. Like you said, it tastes like chicken.
Yeah.
There's this thing with gators is that they're like, we're all familiar with the guy holding the lump of meat over the edge to feed the gators. and they're like creatures of habit. Apparently, they're like super. They'll recognize people, and then they'll associate things that the people do, particularly feeding. So there was this guy like taking a video of him like out in like the bayou or something, like just in some like marshy swamp gator territory. He was like, oh, I'm so close with this gator, and he like let the gator come up and he'd like pet it and then he'd feed it, and it's like literally like that gator is just waiting for you to give its food, and it's just like inches away, like seconds away from just deciding to eat your leg instead. Man.
Yeah, you always hear about those like horror stories of people who have exotic animals, like when they snap. You know?
Yeah, they eat their dogs and stuff. I think that was one of the most recent stories that I've seen.
Man.
And, like keep some fucking like
that guy's alligator pet ate his like Shih Tzu or whatever. You remember that?
No.
Savage.
So apparently it was, I think this was Australia or maybe it was New Zealand, but this guy had a pet alligator and he had a smaller yippy dog is the only way I can refer to it. And I would always mess with this alligator. Well, the alligator being usually a slower beast, finally
the alligator being an alligator
finally just caught it, and this guy had like I'll describe it as like an open guest like petting zoo type deal. Like you could come see these exotic animals. Like you couldn't pet the alligator, but the dog was allowed to free roam, and there was like a crowd of people that watched this happen. It was just like, oh my God.
And the owner of the Shih Tzu is just not there, and all of a sudden the alligator coughs up like Joan Rivers' wig.
His statement though was like, well, it was gonna happen sooner or later.
Well, that's just the way of the world.
Yeah, that was his comment. Like, no joke, except with an Australian accent.
Well, that's how the Sioux shits. So
yeah. So this is our next photo. This is just a bunch of thumbs up.
Yeah. So this is the band Narrow Hearts, and Jerry is right next to us. That's our bass player now.
Swiped him up, huh?
Yeah, I mean this is when I did their record, and they broke up, and then the record never really came out, and then
did you get paid at least?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, this was wrapping up the record. This was like last day of tracking, I believe.
So is that in your studio?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You should take this opportunity to plug your fucking studio.
All right. Well, it's 608 Studios, and you can go to like 608studios.com. Yeah.
I really like that what do you call it? It's not like a foam pad, but the thing to reduce reflections in the middle, is that just made out of wood? It's just like a bunch of like uneven.
Yeah.
It's like both a nice piece.
People always ask me.
Fit and functional.
So yeah, it was in the last photo. It was,
I'm sorry, it was in the last photo?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me go back.
They're called
this right here.
Yeah, diffusers.
Diffusers. Yeah, I always get asked, like, so what's this art piece? Because it kind of looks like an art piece.
Mm-hmm.
But it's actually, so like the black panels, those are absorbers. And they actually absorb sound. And this reflects sound, and it like puts different frequencies in all different directions at different times. So.
Right, because it's all like very smooth surfaces for it to bounce off, but they're very juxtaposed.
Yeah, so it's not bouncing off
Mm-hmm.
directly off drywall, which happens at the same time all at once. This puts it in different directions at slightly different times. So it's actually like a mathematical like calculation. All four of this are the same. I mean, you can kind of see them
vaguely.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like it's just like a back of a piece of wood, and then you glue like one, and then it's like a 1-inch piece of little wood, and then a 2-inch piece of wood, and there's a 4-inch, and you just gotta like.
Did you make that?
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't cut them.
Diffusers by Derek.
I glued them. I had someone else cut them though, because I
Probably
didn't.
make
I didn't
some
have
good
a
money
tool.
off those.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of reminded me of that one chick from SNL just then. You ever get that? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
That the one chick who replaced Venkman in the new Ghostbusters movie.
The new one or the old?
Yeah, the new one, the all female.
I haven't seen the new one
I haven't either.
because when I saw it got announced, I was like, why? I just all the remakes, man. I don't get it. Can't we generate any new content
No, we can't.
for me to watch on a big screen that's not a superhero movie?
Avengers
All right, this
4.
is a
So this was
a nice photo.
the clever shoot that I was telling you about, the basement show thing. So all these
okay.
people came out. This was
listen to Clever for 6 hours.
Yeah. This was in our old guitarist Mike, his parents' basement in Fond du Lac, and we had a bunch of people come out, and it was really fun.
Looks like a good time. Everyone seems very happy with the work they've done, which is always good.
Yeah.
That's a really nice group photo, though. Like, I have a few of those where it's like a large group of people that you kind of hung out with for a little bit. And
Yeah.
and cherish
Oh, that's
those
Jack.
moments.
We met him at the show too.
Yeah,
He's the
Everybody
king
knows
of
Jack
Wisconsin
Haley.
cheese.
Everybody knows.
Oh,
Jack
I didn't
Haley.
even notice it. It's like, where's Waldo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah, he was supposed to come out with Dave.
Yeah,
but
he was supposed
had
to come
sell
out with Dave.
cheese.
Oh, that would have been great.
yeah, we still really want to get Jack on because he's just the most interesting motherfucker.
Mhm.
Oh,
Everybody
yeah.
Does
knows
he really
him.
sell cheese? Like, I don't actually know that much about him. Is he really like a cheese salesman?
Yeah, he's
He works at the
the
Wisconsin Cheese Mart.
Yep.
On the
So-
old,
the
manager.
Old World
I
Third
could,
downtown.
Okay, I can actually call him
A cheesemonger.
the king of.
Cheesemonger's
Yeah,
hollow.
you know, like that's saying something. You're
Yeah.
the king of of cheese, and you're in Wisconsin. The cheese.
he was
state.
telling me that he
Right.
got guest listed at the 303 show the day before our show that last week at the rave. He hit up the manager of 303 and was like, "Hey, I saw that you guys were coming to the show. I can bring cheese in exchange for 2 tickets." And they're like, "We'll." He's like, "We'll one up you, and we'll give you we'll let you come on stage." And then he posted that video of them on stage. So his life is just crazy. Jack, if you're listening,
He needs
love
a
you, man.
reality show of
He
his
does.
own.
Needs a little documentary about him.
Hi, Jack.
This is that's me. That's me with my dad, and look at my dad's stash. That's a stash.
It's like
right there.
Mike's.
This is
Once
back when
upon a time.
McDonald's first came out with the McFlurry, for sure.
This was back when like McDonald's was getting featured in Mac and Me.
This was probably, I mean, just judging by me and my size, this was probably like 1993.
Oh, the McFlurry hadn't even been released yet then.
Wow, you really know your McFlurry trivia.
Well, the thing was, this is maybe like 4 podcasts ago. I went back to where I grew up, and the McDonald's had been ripped out. And I was like, man, I remember when I had my first McFlurry there. Like when they like first got released, and I was just a big dumb kid. And yeah,
Oh yeah,
do you have a
this just
mullet?
clicked in my head. One episode a while ago, he's like, "Man, I drove past this McDonald's. It was just demolished." And I was like, "It's a McDonald's. They're a fucking dime a dozen." He's like, "Yeah, but it was the first place I had a McFlurry, and it really stuck out in my mind." It still was just like, whatever.
still holding
But
over.
apparently,
It
it
means
really had
something.
an emotional attachment to him. And
I mean, that first McFlurry is pretty.
They mix it with the spoon, Doug. Okay. That's the studio.
There it is.
You can see the mouse pad right there, custom. Oh,
Yeah.
whoa.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Matrix.
Whoa. What is going on here? Did not like that.
kind of
Yeah, look at the mouse pad there.
Yep, this is me in my studio, and I don't remember what I was working on because I spent a lot of time in here.
You can't tell by the WAV files there.
Oh, dude, sweet Dell keyboard. I have one of those too.
Yeah.
I actually have a fucking like stack of 80 of those at work because that's what used to come with all the Dells.
Yeah,
Those are actually really nice stock
yeah, it
keyboards.
works.
They're robust. I think is what you're looking for there.
There's a lot of.
Oh, you using Cubase, dude?
Yeah.
Nice. Cubase user for life. Actually, I'm using Ableton right now, but
Oh, hell yeah.
I was like a big Cubase fan, like Cubase 5, Cubase 6. Right now I'm on 8.
I just updated to 10 like the other day, and I was having a lot of problems because I've been on 7 since like 2013.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. As an IT professional, you never want to buy the new version
Oh
as
yeah,
soon as it comes out. man.
I know, but I was seeing that everybody. It wasn't that there's a lot of bugs. It's just I didn't know that they dropped 32-bit plugins support. So now it's only 64.
JBridge, bro.
That's what I got.
JBridge.
That's what I got. But yeah, I spent a lot of time reinstalling stuff, and yeah.
Well, you got a bunch of fucking project files that you can't open currently, or you just like get a bunch of plugins that don't.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a special kind of hell you're existing in right now that only like me and you probably know right now.
A couple of my plugins just straight up won't work, so I have to switch out some even like Steinberg, their own double delay that doesn't work anymore. And it's like, why? That's your plugin. They like update a lot of their skins and stuff for a lot of plugins, but double delay is not working, and I'm sad about it because that was a nice plugin.
That was a staple of your routine.
Yeah. What is this?
I don't even know.
This is the Level the City and Wolves final show. Doug actually recorded probably our hit single, I would say, in Level the City.
Inspiration at last, man.
Dude, I was supposed to play the show, but we were on.
In what band?
In Wolves. I played bass.
Oh, really? You were in
bass
Wolves?
for Wolves for
Oh yeah,
that's right. Couple years or so.
That is so crazy how small, like, a lot of the people we've talked to, how small the world is. Like,
Yeah. But yeah, Dreamhouse was on tour during this.
Oh yeah,
It was our last show.
That's
Of
right.
the tour. I was looking forward to playing.
Too
How
bad.
was it?
It was a great show. It was the Miramar before they started really opening up shows to the metal crowd.
Oh, I didn't even notice Carl in there.
Yeah, there he is in the middle. But yeah, it was a good lineup. It was Level City Wolves, obviously. They had their original vocalist do a couple songs too, which was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had Reaping Asmodea, excellent band. Just somewhat recently got signed to Prosthetic Records.
Yeah.
And my old band, so a double feature night for me, the Bad Lads. They're still around.
Okay, I just got to ask.
Okay, can we just jump to that one then? Can I jump to that?
Oh, yeah, go to that one. But what I want to ask is, I had a band called Bad Guys, and then you guys had a band called Bad Lads, and I was like, I didn't know about it for a bit, and I was like, what the fuck?
Well, in my defense,
Granted, mine never got off the ground, so I don't really give a shit. But like, there was a moment I was like, where'd they get that
I
name
think
from?
I even made the logo for you.
You made the DILF one.
Oh, that's right, DILF.
Yeah, I wanted to bring that up to. I have the DILF grenade. You've seen that logo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He
I
made
was
that
here at this house.
He fucking
during
made
whole
that
time
shit,
frame,
man.
yeah.
Going back to how small the world is, right?
Right.
But no, in my defense, we originally started off as the Brew City Bad Lads, so there's a little bit more content there to kind of distinguish the two.
And I mean, I gotta say, this is just great.
Thank you so much. I took a lot of pride in that bass cover.
Right.
Shout out to Dr. Steve
For
Brule
your
for your
health.
That's incredible.
Did you catch that in the new King Kong movie that he was in?
I did not. No.
On the back of his bomber jacket, it
says "For your health."
No kidding. Oh, I gotta watch that.
Like all you had to do is watch the trailer, and they snuck it in there just to get everybody who was like, "Oh man, I'm a Steve Brule fan." It's like I'm on board now. It's like, "Oh, you boys look like a good bunch of boys to die with."
It was a fun movie. I wish there had been even more just like
monster smashing
because I got a soft spot in my heart for that. Where's this magical place?
This is my live room
Did you buy the floors from Sherwood Legional?
This is the new wooden floor, the bamboo floors that I put in. But yeah, this is the band The Gardener. They're like kind of like a math rock instrumental 3-piece.
They're like the Deer Hunter, but a little bit more complex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm referring to the movie.
But yeah, this is we did a live session. We did 2 songs, and it's on YouTube.
Pure Vault.
Pure Vault. Yeah, that's like my live session little series. So I like set up the band in the room. We'll do it live, and then I'll film it too. But yeah, this was actually my first one that I did, and it was super fun.
You actually recorded their demo as well, right?
Yeah, and then they came back and did an EP that was
Check it
just
out, it's really
released back in like August, I think.
That's good. A returning customer.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Attest to the quality.
If
of
she's
the
easy,
studio.
take her twice.
Oh boy.
Before we move on to this picture, I wanted to say, have you ever had a band where you felt like they jive better as a live band, like sitting them down like that versus like doing a like individual like each instrument recorded in isolation?
I mean, yeah, like I've only done, a live thing only a couple times. Like I did it, that was my first time with that band, and then I also did a Pure Vault with I Set My Friends on Fire. And so, I mean, it's hard to tell because I've just been doing, multi-track recording for like 10 years. So, I don't know. I've had bands be thrown off by like, just playing to a click or, deconstructing stuff. Like I've had bands like thrown off by just punching in, one measure of guitar that we needed or something.
Right. I feel like that's for me in that situation. It's always been hardest for the drums, and not Mike specifically. I've never actually like tracked him or anything like that. Even like recording a band that he was in. But I feel like a lot of drummers out there don't have that, like they don't play with clicks because they're used to like keeping the time instead of having the time dictated to them.
Yeah. I mean, back when I first started out and like my rates were a lot lower than now. I had I've dealt with a lot of bad drummers that just could not play to a click, and I just had to like edit it the best I could.
That's one of the things that drove me away from recording bands was like, I love recording and writing music, and that was making me hate doing it.
Yeah.
Like, I loved working with Ryan and Level the City. You guys were like one of the better bands that I worked with, but I had some like just such shit projects, and it's like, they paid me.
Yeah.
I have to do this. Like, it was just arduous, and it's
For
like
sure.
you especially in those early days, you get stuff you cannot do, even though like you're still evolving yourself. You don't yet know that there's nothing you can really do to help these projects. Not to like shit on budding musicians, but you can't put pigs on a pearl. You can't put pearls on a pig.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, sometimes you just gotta like just do the best you can and hopefully you exceed their expectations. And then just move on to the next one.
Yeah, man, you just gotta
and
put
hope
the
they don't
lipstick
associate you with it.
Yeah, you just gotta put the lipstick on and kiss that pig's butt.
I mean, I've definitely had some projects where I didn't want them to credit me. I won't name any names, but just
You're out there. You're on notice.
Or I had projects where like say I just recorded them and then someone else mixed it, and sometimes the mixes weren't very good. But then the band would put recorded, mixed, and mastered by Derek, and then I'd have to ask them to change that.
Don't do that.
I didn't mix that. I don't want people thinking that's my mix. But very rare. Usually everyone's pretty good.
Anyway, back to a very 70s Halloween here.
Dude, that shirt is incredible.
I still have that shirt.
Is this part of the Johnny Craig program?
No, this was just 2 years ago, Halloween. I went as Stacy Peralta, if anyone knows who that is.
It sounds familiar.
Very familiar. It's on like the tip of my tongue what the fuck he did. He was a 70s skateboarder, like proto skateboarder.
Peralta,
Part of the Dogtown guys, right?
Yep.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
Z-Boy.
yeah.
That is
That's
tight.
but not a whole lot of people know who Stacy Peralta was, so I did a lot of explaining that night. So
I am a Z-boy.
Yeah.
Watch the movie.
just don't ask and let me drink my beers.
You got the board.
The
there.
board down there actually was probably my most prized element of that costume. I took a pizza box and fashioned it, and then I had 2 OG cans that I split in half and made wheels.
Oh, so it's not even a real board.
No,
I can't really see.
What kind of cans are those? Because it looks like LaCroix from here.
No, it's a
Would you like some more liquor?
MKOG tall boy
All right.
split right down the middle. You can see the trucks drawn on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that you said that, I can really pick that out. All right.
That's fucking awesome.
I dig it. I
Get
dig it.
crafty.
Yeah, I dig it.
Oh, nice. Talk about Johnny Bravo.
That is some tall hair.
Well,
That's
they finally got you in a pick, so.
Yeah. This was also at that Level the City final show. I believe this was
Is that the no?
the
That's
Bad Lads set.
that's the brew. That's the brule.
That's
kick,
the Brule
right?
kick. Yep.
Oh.
That's
You
it.
still got that kick head?
Yeah, I think I have it somewhere. I think I actually.
He's probably got a
It
frame.
was one of my little ideas for drum. I call them bass skins, or no, what? I had some clever name for it that I forgot. But since a lot of metal drummers just trigger their kicks,
Mm-hmm.
you don't really need the full resonance of the
Right.
resonant head. So I basically would just Velcro on these bass plates. That's what I call them, bass plates. So I had one for. I was in like 3 projects at this
Gotcha.
time. So
and
I
then
had
you just like
my
rip them
Steve
off
Brule
and stick
one,
on
and then
one.
peel it off and put a new one on for
yeah,
Level
yeah.
of City. That's what I did. I had a unicorn Level of City bass plate.
That's a goddamn $1 million idea right there.
Base plates. Yeah, you
Trademarked.
Get a fucking
Copyright.
patent on that shit, man.
Yeah, right. So
Yeah, we got who we got Gene Simmons over here.
Oh my god.
What is this?
It looks
All
like
right.
a good time. I see.
Explain
right.
yourselves.
See this gap right here?
Okay,
Yeah, this is
so
okay. Yeah.
This was on the Bloom tour. Oh man.
where to start? This is the Wild Man.
Okay, this guy.
the beginning would be a good
All right,
spot
so we
to
played
start.
the show.
Is that the Beastmaster?
It was it was a random bar in Chesapeake, Virginia, and it was kind of one of those dates on the tour where it was just kind of a filler. Like, it just looked like the event page wasn't popping. A lot of people didn't look like were attending. But this guy, the Wild Man, he attended, and he came up to like each one of us before we played and was like, "Hey, so I'm really famous," and we're like, "What?" He's like, "You can call me Wild Man. I'm an internationally known touring drummer." And he said he toured with like who'd he say? Like
I don't even know.
like all these bands like from the 80s and stuff. And he's like, you can find me on Google. He's just randomly telling us this. We're like, okay. And he's just like, yeah, I got a proposition for you guys. I don't really remember what the proposition was because it was so
Kinda
ridiculous.
just tuned it out.
But he was just saying like he wants to like live stream us and like post on his Facebook page with millions of followers or stuff.
Yeah.
He's got a Tesla. He made that clear.
Did he say that? Did he say Tesla?
Yeah, he had a Tesla. And
Did he actually have a Tesla?
Wow, man, he's
I mean,
a
that's what he
social media
proclaimed. He started
mogul. I
to-
met one of those too, and that guy drove a Tesla as well.
yeah, if you find his actual page, he's just got pictures with
I was gonna say, did you Google
naked,
him?
half naked women.
Well, he added us all on Facebook immediately after the show, and Bree was like, "No, thanks." I accepted his friend request because I just wanted to see all of his shit. And yeah, it's just him with like he'll be in front of a drum set, and there'll just be like a girl in a bikini, just like on top of the drum set,
Like
and,
photoshopped in?
Yeah,
or-
no, and he like had a photographer here that night
With him.
with him
It's documenting his life.
that he hired to take pictures of all these bands, and it was all female fronted bands, so it was just kind of creepy. He was just taking pictures of all these girls, and yeah, one of the girls was like 16, and he just like wouldn't stop talking to her, and I like
A very uncomfortable
it
situation.
was very uncomfortable.
Ugh. He looks like Harvey Dent from the Nolan Batman. Fuck the Crypt Keeper. Straight up, he's like, he's that guy who's like, I need you to be
so
my
after-
little Marine.
after from Battle from LA or whatever.
Yeah.
So did you guys? You Googled him, but did he actually drum for any of those bands?
No,
He said he just like knew like Neil Peart and like all these other guys, but I'm pretty sure I asked like
I know Neil Peart.
2 or 3 like he said he like drum tech or something for that, and then I asked him what bands he's been in, and then he would change the subject and stuff. So
you
you
can
never
see-
really got an answer on that one.
dude. You can see me throwing up the shocker.
Yep.
Yeah. I didn't even notice that at first.
And I just felt he was being so extra that I felt,
just
felt like
actually
I
a
had
really
to be
big-
extra with the cross drumsticks.
I'm a big Dane
Yeah.
Cook fan.
It actually looks like you're holding up a cross. Like stay away.
Dude,
I mean, he just sounds like their resident crazy bar goer almost, because I've dealt with some of those, but that's another level.
Yeah, and like in between all the songs and bands, he would just be like, I like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And because there weren't that many people at this particular gig, like everyone
Garth
could hear
Brooks
it.
style.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh yeah,
Like,
I
in the
that.
middle of the band set, like one of the bands, he would be like, all right, we need a picture. And he would go up on the stage with his hired photographer and just like organize one of these. This was after we played, but I was like, what are you
He
doing,
actually
dude?
reached out to Bree as well after she refused to accept his friend request
Yeah.
and said like
Bree, I really
That-
need you to accept that friend
that,
request.
no, not quite. That because of her, us as Dreamhouse missed out on a huge opportunity.
Yeah, that's what he said.
So on and so forth.
What a fucking
Huh,
creep.
that's crazy because you guys are signed now.
Look at us now, wild man.
Back to lawn.
Hey, wild man, if you're out there lurking, let us know in the comments below.
Smash that motherfucking like button, wild man.
Yeah.
This is after launch. So
Is
this
that another Terror shirt?
Yeah, that guy's just rocking them all the time, huh?
Jerry.
I mean,
Jerry.
that's cool. I like Terror too.
Yeah, so this is in Pennsylvania. We played. That is our good buddy Brandon. He runs a YouTube channel called Audio Addiction, and he like reviews albums and
And he gave you guys 5 stars.
yeah. No, I don't know. I think he did 4 or 5 on the Bloom EP. But yeah, we've done 2 interviews with him as well. So shout out to Brandon.
Smash that like.
Check him out too.
Aww.
That's my doggo.
Mustard.
Unlike somebody who cheats on their dogs, apparently.
I don't remember who that dog was.
Yeah, for shame.
So yeah, this is my dog Mustard. Clearly was trying to wake me up. He's
I mean, you just got back after a hard tour. I mean, it's just gonna be hard to wake you up.
passed
after
out on the
that.
couch and he thinks he can just wake me up. He's too small with those stupid little legs.
So let me ask you this. Are you dating the Queen of England?
Not quite. But I'm dating a bronze goddess. Shout out to Jess.
Hey, aren't you guys
Whoa! Yep, double engaged. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
This is you getting your
I
head
fucking
smushed.
found this. Yes, I'm crushing your head. I'm crushing your head. Is that what he's referencing? That Kids in the Hall sketch?
Yep.
I was just
Who
like,
took this photo?
that is an abstract reference that not a lot of people
No, I
nowadays
got
know.
you. And I fully think that's where he was coming from. This is Alex Stafford, if anyone knows him. He's pretty well known in the music community. He definitely took this picture. He likes to fuck with me.
But that's not Alex getting his head crushed.
that is
that's
That's
him.
It's Crispy's head getting
That's my head.
smushed.
That's the Summerfest Rebel stage we played last year. Well, actually, I think we played 2 years now.
Yeah.
So one of the years.
Oh yeah, Steve-O knew some guys there where we could get beer like discounted.
Yo.
Awesome,
Steve-O always knows. some
Yep.
guys.
Summerfest is full of hidden secrets.
right?
But yeah, no, this is the Rebel stage supports up and coming local music that you don't typically see at Summerfest. My friend Jim, who runs or helps run said stage, actually just opened up a new venue in Walker's Point called the Walker's Point Music Hall. So shout out to
Yeah.
that.
Cool.
What kind of venue is it?
It's 21 plus. I don't know if you guys have been to the old Gibraltar space. It's on National and 6th.
A long time ago.
That's what it used to be. It's now basically a bar in the front with a side stage, and in the back room there's a full-sized, I think, like 150 to 200 cap music hall, and he's trying just to promote the Milwaukee music scene and foster like a cover-free venue hall where the bands are paid based off of sponsors and bar sales, more or less. So, kind of
Like they used to do.
like they used to do.
It's
so
like them good old days.
smash that like, find that Facebook page.
Yeah.
Why are you in a bus with small children, Derek?
Look at him revving. He's actually driving the bus, and it's retrofitted with some handle. But this is the post-apocalypse, man.
Why
This
are
is
these
Mad
children
Max.
crying? They're so scared of you. What is going on?
Okay, this is so I live in East Troy. This is the little East Troy electric railroad thing that passes through town.
Okay.
These are my girlfriend's nieces.
They hate it.
And this is my girlfriend's mom saying, "Everybody look at this, look at the camera."
This is East Troy saying, "See, Milwaukee,
Some of them are
we
better.
have a little
some
train
of them
too."
are better actors than others.
This is I Set My Friends on Fire. They were on tour last year, and they came and did a single at the studio.
That is a nice studio. So do you have like do you run a studio out of the same place that you live, or do you have like a separate space that you go to?
Yeah, so it's a commercial building, and I live above it. So it's all studio downstairs.
Nice.
Yeah.
Tell them what it used to be.
It used to be, well, when I bought it, it was an art studio. Just some guy, he had just mannequins and stuff that was around.
That's
We
pretty
didn't really
cool.
have much in there, but before that was a bar and restaurant, and then it was originally built. It was built in 1900, and it was the first East Troy post office. So
Oh, it's got a little historical history there.
it's actually if you go into I just went to go vote last month, and in the town hall, and I saw my house. It was an old photo from 1900. It was
That's
cool.
wild.
There's horses and
in front.
whoa.
Yeah, I used to live in a historic building a long time ago. It's a
Yeah.
trip. You see it, and like you said, at where you vote, town hall and stuff, and
Yeah, they had it framed on the wall. It's
yeah.
whoa.
And then sometimes when you sleep, you can hear the ghosts that will forever lurk.
I mean, we found at the place I used to live, we found an old hanging sign where it would be hung by a piece of wood with a large swinging frame for an inn, and then we found just a ton of
Some
old black and
stocks.
white photographs. Yeah. Yeah, stocks. There were just tons of stocks, Doug. No, it was just there was a lot
They
of
called
old
it the
photographs.
stock market. There's just dudes in stocks, and you could decide their fates.
But you know what I remember we found? We found this cutout of Jesus. It was on it was newer. It was on press board, but it was life size, so it was about 6 foot tall, life size cutout of Jesus with one hand over his heart and his arm out.
Yeah, and the crown of thorns.
You know what we did? We stuck it up on a tree and we shot the hell out of it with paintballs.
Savage.
Oh,
But
Merry Christmas,
yeah,
everybody.
it was cool. It was cool. Just there was all kinds of weird stuff in that house that people just never took with them.
This is our good buddy Nick. Nick Djurvalov. His name's really hard to pronounce. It's Serbian. We just call him Nick D or Nick Voin.
Having a little cup of Darjeeling there.
Yeah, this is just a session working on his solo stuff, and he also writes with us with Dreamhouse too. We have a little outside ear, and he helps out.
You heard it first here. Dreamhouse got a ghostwriter.
Yeah, I mean we're definitely not ashamed to be writing with other people. So yeah, he definitely helps out with that, and I help him out and write with him too. So it's just awesome.
Like that's
He's a person you enjoy collaborating with.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm recording him on Monday and Tuesday. So
Yeah.
good times.
Oh, boy.
This is Halloween last year. This is Bree and I at our bass player. He does a little Halloween party every year.
So
And-
my question was, is this in direct relationship to that deer hunter game where the deer hunts the hunter? It's literally a deer hunter.
No, it's not. I don't know where she got the fake knife from. It was probably just laying around in the party. But Yeah, I don't know. We needed a costume idea, and we went to Goodwill.
Keep it cheap, keep it clean.
Yeah.
There you guys are with Daniel Radcliffe.
Ryan was actually our first episode that we published with video.
Oh, cool.
Like, he wasn't our first like music guest ever. That was S&I, which one of them just released a EP, I believe.
Yep.
Josh. So shout out to him. But
S and I were great.
yeah, he put out the Level the City single. What was it called?
Chronograph?
Yeah, Chronograph.
Terrible. Come on.
I'm sorry, I'm a mortal man.
I know
man.
we
I
have a lot
so
of
many.
guests. We've had a lot of
Didn't
guests.
you do the
lately.
artwork for?
Yeah.
Oh, you're still doing graphic design.
Yeah. I dabble with that on the side.
Is that why you and Mitch broke up? He's like, I want to do the graphic design. No, I want to do the
No,
graphic
no,
design.
not quite. He just different paths. He lived all the way in Brownsville, and I.
Oh my God, you were saying East Troy, man. That's
Yeah.
like that's a long way.
So anyway, how was it hanging out with Daniel Radcliffe
Radcliffe's
on the
great.
set of Harry Potter?
No, this was at The Wire. After a Dreamhouse show, Ryan
Illinois.
lives in Chicago now, so he came out to our show since it was probably the closest one we've
Yeah,
played.
he's
in a
one of
while.
them lawyers' girlfriends now.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I was
Saw an
pretty,
episode of Frasier about that. Yeah, he was a great guest, man. He had some very interesting stories.
Right.
Oh
Ryan's
my
a
God, he
funny
had
guy.
that. He
I
had that
love Ryan.
fucking story about his brother in the cult, man. That was crazy. I should publish that as a highlight. And just
What?
exploit the fuck out of that.
You hadn't even heard that story?
I'll have to talk to him about that.
Yeah, man.
I saw him this past weekend. He didn't bring it up.
Well, it's not really something that you go out there and be
No,
like, yeah, remember there was a
that's
cult once.
It just
classic
came up, and
Thanksgiving talk,
it came up. It was a good story to fill, obviously, the time.
Yeah,
that we
it's-
have
it's
here,
what
and
you're
it was,
after,
It
you
was
know?
juicy. It was juicy.
Yeah, it was a juicy story.
But yeah, no, this was after our show. I was feeling pretty toasty, and because of him, he bought me a lot of drinks. Thank you, Ryan. You're the best. But yeah, that's his girlfriend Molly right there, and yeah, it was
You
a good
guys
night.
all look like you're having a great time.
We're having a great
Yeah.
time. Okay,
Here's some more
Okay.
good times.
So nothing frisky happened here. Just looks like it.
I didn't even notice the guy in the fucking fez hat, man.
I mean, are you sure you got a Shriner?
Yeah,
Right in
he's
front of him.
joining the Shriners in their fucking ritualistic indoctrination.
I'm trying to remember who's this was a wedding. Yeah, I'm spacing on who got married. But that's my buddy Tim.
Look at who's
Hit
coming
up the
out from
photo booth. They
curtain
had a lot
number
of great
one.
props, you know. That gold sequence curtain really pulls it together.
You're the real prize here behind this curtain.
Oh, thank you.
What is on your no? Are those
Those are-
sunglasses?
Sunglasses.
Yeah, those are sunglasses.
Should we
that
get
look
a
like
zoom
wine
in on
glasses.
that?
Yeah, we
I
can
think
zoom
it's
in on
zoom
that.
in.
I can't.
Okay, they're
I thought there was gonna be
Okay.
some wordage up here.
oddly
No,
shaped.
no, those are just champagne glasses. Oh no, this
Oh,
was
yeah,
this
I
was
see,
at my
yeah.
buddy BJ's wedding. That's what it was. Fitting, right?
Oh, champagne glasses.
That's why I like to go
Very,
for
very-
the photos you were tagged in, because you don't get to decide.
It's very, very
If they're gonna be there or
authentic.
not,
yes.
Yeah.
But no, BJ, the guy whose wedding this was the saxophone player in one of my old projects. And
Oh man, you were in a real big fish cover band, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't tell too many people, but we did do a pretty sick swing cover though. It was just like the swing song, and it had full horn section. That song slapped.
Play that
Heckin'
fucking Goldfinger
slapped.
song from Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1. Na 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 na.
Oh man, we're just gonna start going through these. Our picture section usually doesn't take this long. But
Yeah,
there's
but
so
there's
many
like
of
two
you.
of you, and you're both in a band. So
Doug went
I'm
deep with the
surprised that-
picks. This is just.
I'm surprised Derek's not.
I just
in
went
this one.
overload.
Yeah, I wasn't. This was at launch.
He's the one holding the camera. Doug.
No, I wasn't actually. I was lost. I couldn't find you guys. This was this was launch.
Oh, it was like some fucking Noel story where they found him the next day working in some like store.
Her hangover. He was stuck on the roof the whole time.
Yep, the whole time.
They're locked on the
Um,
roof.
Yeah, this is launch again.
This was
this past year.
no, we went to a show after one of the days, and I think it
It was
was
the Under Oath show.
yeah, the Under Oath show. So
Under Oath did an acoustic set of just Spencer and Aaron, and it was like a little pop-up show. Yeah, I think someone went to the bathroom, or I went to the bathroom, and then I couldn't find you guys, and then you guys took a photo.
yeah, there was this nice
I was
like
like,
rooftop patio that they had in the bar. That it was a pretty cool venue. And I think the best part was, so at launch, Under Oath did like a panel talking about the new record that they just released. And at the end of their discussion, they opened it up to a Q&A, and the dude directly in front of us was asking about the record that had the tracks. I believe he said Chicago and Kansas.
Yeah, he
And
was
then-
like, what was it like writing about Chicago?
Yeah. And then they're looking at each other just clueless. And then some dude further back in the audience was like, dude, that was Devil Wears Prada.
And it was silent. It was just silent and awkward, and like I just put my head down, and then he didn't even ask his question. He was like, oh. And then they just moved on. Oops.
I mean, what are you supposed to do
Yeah.
in that situation?
Oh man, it was super
They
awkward.
were really cool. Where they're like, oh man, it happens.
Yeah.
But like everyone else was like, dude, you should just leave.
This was Bree's birthday.
Oh yeah.
Let it be noted, this is the second photo with you and Bree. Fucking
Hard style.
Someone's got a heart style.
I
Someone's got to
mean,
do it.
I feel like that's a common theme, and I for
Dude,
one
why don't you
appreciate it.
guys
Art
just-
sounds a good.
Get some fucking Adidas tracksuits and squat like true Slavs.
I
man.
do have a sweatsuit.
Dude, bust it out.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe
Duly
next,
noted.
you have to bring it next time.
Next music video, everybody in fucking Adidas
This is
tracksuits.
And
a
champagne sunglasses.
this is a Halloween photo.
Yeah, this was just this past Halloween. We amped it up. We were going to Jerry's Halloween party again. You know, we said we were a deer and a hunter last time, but we got to amp it up. So, have you guys seen the movie Corpse Bride?
Yeah, that's what this is.
I have not, but I know the reference.
Yeah. So this is
Your corpse bride and groom. Yeah,
yeah.
Aww.
a movie of lost love, fake love. It's all about love.
Your jawline, Derek, looks so chiseled in this photo.
Oh,
look at
man,
that.
look
Can
at
we
that
zoom in on
makeup.
that?
Yeah, man, the under makeup just really brings.
Is it the beard
pop.
or is it the makeup?
It's just popping right there.
Yeah,
That's
it's just the
solid.
makeup.
This is the smallest show I've ever played. Look at that. It's like a hallway.
This
God,
is a
that's
show.
Like a place
Is
I
that-
used to practice in.
Is that Andrew?
Yeah, it's my buddy Andy Weber. I have a side
No
project.
relation.
No.
Sorry, no
Shucks.
relation.
None? Well, yeah, I have a side project. Basically, the band I was in high school, we still occasionally get together and play music together.
That's a fun commitment. though,
Yeah,
at
we've
that
been a band
point.
technically now for, I think, like 12 years.
So what is this, a riverboat?
This is some sort of a bar, collective, coffee shop, small venue, I guess.
It's a corner.
But there's no steam-powered water wheel on the side and the
No.
poker
No,
match in the
just
back?
Just a nice river. It's in West
no,
Bend,
this
my
is
hometown.
a corner.
But yeah, we played a little show here. Very quaint. I had to play very quietly, which was kind of a task.
I don't think there's any relation. I mean, I have many relatives.
He's very hairy.
Yeah, I haven't seen him at any get-togethers.
A very talented musician, though. He's working on a solo record. Andrew David Weber the first.
I'll see
Like
if he's
that
on
shit.
the tree. It's pretty vast,
All right.
but
But yeah, this venue was called the Orienda. It was nice. They treated
is
us
that here in
well.
Milwaukee?
No, that's in West Bend.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like 45 minutes.
Bend.
Yeah, that's out there.
Yeah. Music Academy.
That's out there. All right, I think that's actually our last
Wow,
photo.
that is the last one.
Holy crap! Usually it's only like 5 photos or something. That
Sure.
was a
A
zanger.
doozy. I like that.
It's
segment.
usually like at least 10, you know. But yeah, that's the full 2 hours, man.
All right.
That is the full 2 hours.
It just flew
Wow,
by.
it did.
Fuck
fly
the
by.
news,
That
man.
was 2 hours.
This is all you.
The news was all just. It's
Yeah,
always just
822.
filler though.
Yeah.
Just in case you guys lock up.
Weren't interesting at all.
Yeah, you guys just lock up or you can't talk at all.
You got to admit, it's like easier once you get in like the swing of it, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You just forget that you're even on. It's same with like recording, you know. And
Yep.
people just forget that the red light's on, and you just slip into it. Beer helps. But
Yeah, but I mean, you're just talking, and we're not trying to get anything.
there's nobody watching. watching right now.
Very nice.
Get anything out of you,
This
you
little
know.
kitty's watching. Got me a little anxious, but
So I think we're gonna call it.
Awesome.
We've been us, and you've been you. Good day, and thank you to boys from Dreamhouse for coming out.
Hey, thanks for having us, guys.
Really appreciate you guys coming out here.
that's great.
All right, we will catch you next week.
Bum 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 bum.
Da, 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 da.